Welcome again to my channel. So the US is planning to give out about $900 billion in stimulus check, which is going to be a second round to the American people, and this is to help them cushion the effect of the coronavirus. We know how this is going. It has happened before, where they gave out stimulus check to the citizens, and now they are planning it again. Now this calls to say, what about other countries like Nigeria, for example, that goes into lockdown in and out, and even a new one is being announced right now, and there is no plan to help the people. There is no plan to give out stimulus check. There is no plan for more palliative to the people. But yet a lockdown is going to be announced anytime soon, and some places will begin to announce it. Now this is to say how countries should care for their citizens. Of course, you might say US has they have the money to do that, but I tell you, they don't really have the money. A lot of those money you see are being borrowed. They borrow a lot of money. US is highly in debt, but yet they are running their country for their people in order to keep the country going, in order to keep their citizens alive. Even with all the things that they are going through, they are still supporting them, supporting the businesses, supporting the individuals, and those that don't even have employment. Now, other countries are actually going to lockdown without plans for their citizens, and this is very bad. And that is why you see a lot of things happening when countries go into lockdown. Look at what happened the other time when Nigeria, for example, went into lockdown. We had the issue of the 1 million boys. We had the issue of an incident attack on people. I mean, we have area boys, and those that are supposed to be working that are no longer working because of the lockdown. They began to do things that you are not expected to do. Robbery was high. There are a lot of people that, when they attack a home, they are not coming to kill anybody or anything. They are only coming to take money. They are coming to take food. That's to tell you how hungry they are, because the government has not planned for them. And when they plan for palliative, some set of people will take the palliative and go and hide it. You saw what happened when people started discovering palliative warehouses, start destroying and looting those things. That is as a result of the plan that the government didn't have for the people. The government didn't plan well for the people. It's going to make the people go berserk when they see an opportunity to take advantage of the government. So right now, Nigeria is planning another second wave of lockdown. Lagos has already started it, and other states, I believe, are still going to follow suit. And there is no plan for the people. When this happens again, and then the palliative warehouse, begin to break down, when people begin to attack houses, now it will become another issue, another security issue. So I think the government should actually plan for that. Even before announcing the lockdown, they should make a plan for it. Look at what the US is planning: $900 billion. It doesn't mean that Nigeria have to do the same. It doesn't mean that Nigeria have to have that kind of amount, but at least, no matter how small it is, let people know that the government is on their side. And so for that reason, also comply with the government. Look at what happened to Cubana hotel that was just shut down recently, because people were there, and after the government has announced a lockdown. This means that a lot of people are still going to run their businesses even amidst the lockdown, because they need to make money. They need to keep their businesses alive. They need to keep their families alive. So unless the government makes a good plan for them, it doesn't mean that what Cubana did was right. Don't get me wrong. But other businesses are still going to do it, especially even smaller businesses that are struggling to survive. They can't just lock down completely, because the government is not having any plan for them. The government is not going to take care of them. So if you shut down completely, how are you going to survive? So eventually you're going to find a way to work around it to still do your business and make a living, unless the government makes a good plan. So if the government can make a good plan, that would be very, very welcome. That would be great, so that people can easily comply. And the more people comply, putting on face masks and not operating their businesses as usual, then the more we are able to get this COVID-19 out quickly, because the spread, as much as it continues to spread, then there is a problem. But if we can nip it in the bud by stopping the spread, then it will be easily contained, and everyone can quickly go back to their normal life. But the government has to step in. These government policies have to be, put in place to make sure that this happens. Because when the citizens feel protected, when the citizens feel cared for, then they can listen to what the government has to say. Or else, they might just be flaunting others. You can arrest as much as you want, but people are still going to flaunt others because they are hungry. We saw what happened. And now it might still happen again unless the government does something. That's what I have to say, and thank you for listening. I'll see you in the next one.